work position, please?
Yes. Should I look at the camera or at you?
Look at me, please.
Okay. My name is Groff, Groff, and I am retired. I was a university professor for over 40 years, and I'm now working on a couple books, and one is a futures book and one a peace book that's almost done right now, a holistic view of peace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to become a futurist?
I'll tell you, I have a PhD originally in international relations, and then somehow I discovered future studies. And when I found it, I thought, this is what I've always been waiting for. Really, because futurists are interesting because they come from all different backgrounds and disciplines, and they discover future studies. And you can look at the future of anything and everything, including from a systems interdependent point of view, which is very good. And futurists also look not only at what has happened in the past or where we are now, but they also look at what kind of future, alternative future do we want to create. And very few disciplines do that. You know, and I'm also interested in spiritual things, and there are certainly some futurists who are open to that. And so it's, as a whole field, I mean, I just find it, you know, it can be very interdisciplinary, which I also like very much. And so there's a lot of reasons, and I think futurists are people who are generally trying to figure out how to make the world a better place, you know, and how to move from where we are and the current problems we have to see, you know, what kind of world do we want to create, you know, not just what exists, but what are our values, what kind of future do we want to create, you know? So.
Why do you think future studies are important to humanity?
Because we're one of the few people really looking forward, you know, and I think humanity, I'm working on a book called Options for Future Human Evolution, and my thesis of that book is that we went through the agricultural age, the industrial age, the information age that Alvin Toffler popularized a lot in his book, The Third Wave. And my argument is today we have a whole bunch of new technologies coming. We have all the earth crises that are very serious that we need to deal with. We have all of humanity's cultural diversity coming together, interacting with each other. We have the need to evolve our consciousness to deal with all this change and come from an interdependent worldview that things are interdependent and evolving together over time. And then and some people are even leaving the Earth to go to space, you know, and do we find life in the universe? So for me, I'm making the argument that we're moving into a whole nother age. But for a lot of people, that can create anxiety because they don't know quite where they fit in that place, you know. And there's a lot of issues today like automation and robotics, you know, and will there be enough jobs for everybody? But there's also, are we going to take care of the Earth or not? You know, so, and many other species are in danger. And there's just so many issues today that we really do need to deal with. And we need to deal with them from a point of view, I think, of some humane, caring values, and also from a point of view of how can we move forward and what are we trying to create? What's the new emerging thing that will help all of us and come to a new age and maybe solve our problems better. I don't think we're solving a lot of our problems very well right now. And a lot of our institutions are products of an earlier age, and they're not really working very well and meeting people's needs very well. So we do need to find alternatives. Yeah. So, yeah.
Which do you think is a more effective way to stimulate the futurist mindset in people? Which do you think?
Maybe expose them to it. You know, I think a lot of people feel maybe overwhelmed by change and they don't understand it. And if you can, I've always felt if you could give people more understanding that there are certain things where they might be able to make a difference if they did certain things, or, you know, like I've always thought too, like if everybody committed their life to do something that was beyond themselves, you know, something that might make the world a little better. And if everyone did that, it would add up to be important, you know. And right now there's so many issues crying out for attention. But I do think a lot of people, you know, I mean, to me, one of the goals of a good futurist is to be provocative a bit, you know,
yes.
And to get people to think about things in new ways. And I think part of future studies, too, is to help people reframe how they look at an issue so they see opportunities in change that they didn't see before. So, you know, reframing is part of it, and from a systems point of view of how things are interdependent and evolving together over time. And if they can see those perspectives, sometimes they can see some new opportunities and where we need to be moving, you know, in a more positive direction. So,
what do you think have been your most important contributions to the perspective?
Me?
Yes.
Well, I taught in the university for 40 years. I created a future studies program at my university, an MA, but also an undergraduate. We had a minor and so on. But I taught courses in future studies as well as some other things, peace studies, various things, for many years. And so I think hopefully I, got some people interested in it. What happens with future studies many times, people don't even know the field exists. You see, and if you expose them to it, and they find it interesting, which they often do, I think, then they start to, then it impacts their life, because they see how they can bring that kind of perspective more into what their life is about. So that, teaching many years, I've published 85, 90 articles, and now I'm trying to get, a couple books finished. But my book, my goal for, my peace book is called Sustainable Peace Building in a Rapidly Changing World. And it focuses on how our view of peace is evolving from peace studies, like what is peace? Everyone says they're for peace, but people don't always know what they mean. And then evolving methods to bring about changes that are needed non-violently. And then thirdly, how do we use a peace wheel with different sectors around the peace wheel to engage different sectors of the community in peace building and other positive activities. But then my future book is called Options for Future Human Evolution. And on that one, that's really trying to look ahead to a lot of key issues that humanity's going to be facing and is already facing, like a lot of new technologies raising many issues, artificial intelligence, genetic, CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing, and there's a lot of issues coming up. There's a bunch of other technologies, but they're going to be all changing our future too. And in the process of all that, we need more dialogue today between people in different fields. Like too often, people are in different silos, but they're not enough into dialogue between those different areas. And then we need dialogue also between people who are sort of the experts are more well informed in different areas and the mass public, so that people themselves are better understanding the changes happening and what the opportunities are for them. I think right now we have an unfortunate situation in some countries, including my own, like with Trump, who I find to be abominable as a leader, because he's dividing everyone. He's not trying to bring people together. He has no vision of the future going forward or anything. And we need leadership that can help inspire people to see that we can move forward in positive ways to help people and create a better future together, and not by dividing everybody against each other. It's really bad, in my opinion. And I went to a lot of the famous places, and then I came back about 2 years ago with my stepson and his family, and we were downtown, in a hotel downtown. And so I went to all around downtown, and went to the Rivera Museum and other museums, and went to the whole square, the big square over at Christmas. They had special celebrations, and then also I went back to see the Aztec ruins. And the Aztec ruins, and then I also went to Teotihuacan, which is quite an amazing place.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's all very interesting. And I went to the Anthropology Museum.
Yes.
All those things. Yeah. But I'd like to try to go to the. But anyway, so I did that 2 years ago again.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's
Okay,
a lot of.
we are start.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Of events like this conference, what do you think about this?
The importance of this conference?
Yes, or events like
Oh,
this.
yes. Okay.
Like this conference.
Well, I've been going to peace studies as well as future studies meetings and conferences for many years, and I find that I think anytime you get together with a group of people who have common interests, they re-energize each other, and you share your ideas, and you get up to date, you get new ideas from other people in the field, and so on. So you keep getting re-energized to go back out in the world and then, continue the work in the world too. So, this is also great because it's in Mexico. So I think that's great. Hopefully there will be more people interested in future studies in Mexico because of this conference. That would be great. Yeah. And for me, I love to see my friends and colleagues, all that too. It's always nice to get together. But it's good to be able to share ideas and also learn from other people and try to keep up to date on what are some of the key emerging issues, at the time. All those things you can do. Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Was that good? Okay, thank you.
We are very glad to talk to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Now, what are you going to do? Are you going to put this together as like a film from different people?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay.